Good evening. Here we go. Good evening. I have 6:30 on the time. And would love to get this meeting started. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming, everybody, tonight. This is my first council meeting, so we're just gonna make this like a safe space to make mistakes. And we're all just going to be very forgiving as I stumble through this first one. We start council meetings with recognizing, do we have a quorum? Yes, we do. And with the Pledge of Allegiance, which I have two gentlemen ready to say the pledge.
God, we thank you so much for today. We thank you for allowing us to gather in this place, God. And we thank you for the city of Meadows Place. We thank you for the residents. We thank you for all those who invest in the city. And God, especially during this time of transition, the way that you are present, the way that you are with us, and this go for us. God, we thank you for all of the volunteers. We thank you for the elected officials, for our first responders, for our staff. God, it is just an amazing place to be, and blessings. We ask that you bless this time together. You are part of the conversation, God. You be with us, protect us, and watch over us as we leave from this place. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much, Fenwicks. We're going to start this evening with our reports, and we will start with Chief Gary Stewart with the Police Department.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, before I get started on my regular report, I wanted to bring up our new chaplain, Jimmy Fenwick. I wanted to say that this has been a long process for him. I don't think he realized what he got himself into. And we're working on his uniform as it comes in. He'll be wearing that as well. But we're very proud to have him. He found out it's a lot of work to get hired on a police department, no matter what your position is. And I don't think he likes our application very much. But anyway, we wanted to welcome him and thank him very much for being part of our team. And we look forward to providing that service to y'all as well, for anybody in the community as well. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. And we'd like to thank his family for coming and supporting him as well. Okay, to begin the police report, as always, we'll start out with the number of accidents. Number of accidents this month of May was 8. Number of arrests were 8. For total calls for service was 2,828. We had 48 report calls, traffic citations of 323, and 824 charges. City ordinance violations, citations issued were 2. Warnings for traffic 162 with charges of 221. City ordinance violation warnings 15, and total activity counts 3,954. We did have 4 assaults, 3 burglary of motor vehicle. We had 0 burglary of business and 1 residential burglary. On the city ordinance, as you saw, there were 17. It's kind of high, and I'll go over those in a minute with those numbers. Criminal mischief 1, 0 fraud, and 0 robbery this month. Total business checks and property watch checks, that includes schools and close patrols, is 2,698. Theft, we had 6. UUMV, unauthorized use of motor vehicle, 0. TLC program, 21 pass with 4 that failed, a total of 25 contacts. In the notes at the bottom, you can see the city ordinance breakdown. We had warnings issued for 2 for solicitor, 5 for loud noise in various locations, 2 for loose dog, 5 for junk vehicle parked in various locations around the city. Citations issued, 3 for solicitor. We had 0 accidents in the roundabout, but I do have to let you know that we did have a fatality on West Airport on the 5th of May. We did have the West Airport closed for about 5 to 6 hours. So I just want to let you know that's, if anybody asked, that's what that was for. We still may have a investigative unit come out with a drone, but we haven't heard from the Fort Bend County yet. Going on to the regular report. The BMVs, which is on page 2, we'll flip past the assaults as you can read those. Where you can see the Walgreens and one at Aldi, so they were hitting the commercial area, and one was in the residential. We did have one burglary of a residence. Property value is undetermined at this time. Persons entered through removing a sliding glass patio door. It's unusual for us. We don't have very many burglaries because we're so active out there, but every once in a while someone slips through, and 2 of them in our recent past investigations ended up being someone they knew that had committed the burglary. Flip into, excuse me, drop stuff, page 6. We'll go over flock safety for our numbers on that. You see there were 66 total alerts. That's down 36 from the previous month. Stolen vehicle alerts were 4. Sex offender alerts was 36. 27 of those hits are from 3 repeat vehicles that are coming through. They're coming through and going to work or wherever they're headed to. Stolen plate alerts were 9. Gang or terrorist alerts was 2. Missing persons alerts was 1. 2 for warrant. 7 for protection orders. Other agency hot list was 5, and 0 on violent persons this month. Out of those cases, we did have a flock hit, Officer Bruno, on a stolen vehicle. The vehicle was stopped via felony stop, felony takedown. Our investigation was a decision made to release the driver and tow the vehicle. The reason we do that, and you may ask that, is we have a stolen vehicle. They don't always know it's stolen. They don't always know what they're in possession of. So through the investigation, we have to make a determination because we can always file charges later. Total arrests were 8. We had 1 for DWLI. We had 6 for warrant and 1 for assault. And you can see those arrests are denoted below. Moving to page 9. Under additional notes, it's been a long project too. Let's see. Oh, yep, she's here. She might still be mad. The tennis courts project is still being worked on. No remote connections being tested, and the cards are being loaded into database. I know Assistant Chief Ashton was working on some of the entry cards today. Grant status, dispatch console still under review. That's $197,000 that we're asking for to, and it's still in the review process. And then again, the $250,000 that we're working for in-car grants. Legal training, update training is still underway. TASER recertification, additional classes as we work with our surrounding agencies. I do want to mention Assistant Chief Ashton and Finance Director Anna Maria just completed. They attended FEMA Accounting 101. I'm sure that was a great course. I'm sure it was pretty dry. Anna Maria probably had a great time, but I know Jack couldn't. He was texting me the whole time. They just completed the course this past Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in Galveston, and we'll look forward to sharing with us at our EOC meeting next week. And we'll be having that next Wednesday, the 29th. It's our annual EOC and a hurricane season preparedness meeting at the EOC, where we'll test everybody's laptops, connectivity, generator, supplies, and then talk about what we need to work on for the upcoming season. For our open dispatch position, we received 2 applications, one for full-time, one for part-time, and those are in review. And we have 1 for a police officer who's currently under review. We're preparing for the kickoff to summer and the 4th of July, and those IAPs are completed for the kickoff, and then we're working on the 4th of July. And with that, that's my report. Any questions?
Thank you so much. Does council have any questions or comments for Chief Stewart?
Getting off easy tonight.
Okay,
Thank you.
Excellent. Angie with Code Enforcement, you're next.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I first want to express my sincere thank you and for your understanding and patience as I continue as your code enforcement official. Moving on to my report. Violations. For opened violations, I had 170, closed 86. Weekends worked, 2. Cases opened, 134. Cases closed, 73. Citations issued, 1. If you'll look down below, 1 citation issued with that 1 violation was for a junk vehicle, abandoned vehicle. Proactive initiative cases, proactive were 55, reactive 79. Violations closed, voluntarily 83, forced 3. Abatement activities, inspections was 246, notices were sent 174. Moving on to the second page, you'll notice that I have my numbers of high grass and weeds, dead landscaping, so on and so forth. My highest of what I've noticed as I've been driving around out in the field, I've got high grass, dead landscaping, and bandit signs as the most viewed out there while I'm driving for those 2 to 3 hours a day. I hope to do more once I go out in the field full-time, which would be, I believe, June 3rd. Moving on to my third page on code enforcement notes. Dorrance Lane. I received several complaints about the high grass and weeds along with the swimming pool. I reached out to the homeowner by certified mail with no response. I was able to have the property warrant, inspection warrant signed by the judge to complete my inspection on the swimming pool and was able to drop my mosquito dunks. The second was Brook Meadows Lane. I arrived at this location on a complaint about a possible vehicle in the driveway, junk vehicle in the driveway, and I noticed a couple of people in scrubs entering the residence. As I spoke with the owner, they were unaware of a certificate of occupancy that was needed for the home health care business. That is still in process at this time. My third and final is Meadow Hollow Drive. I received several complaints at this property about junk vehicles in the driveway. I reached out to the homeowner by regular and certified mail and a verbal conversation on the registration. The owner failed to comply with the violation date and received a citation. Does council or mayor have any questions?
Just welcome to the position. Thank you for being on the job, and looking forward to June 3rd when you're full-time in that.
Thank you.
Out in the city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I look forward to that full-time. Thank you.
When we get a complaint and you follow up on it, how do you reach back out to the person that issued the complaint to let them know that we've followed up and either a notice or a citation has been issued?
So we're using WordPress, which doesn't allow me to reach back to them by email. There are times that I do get an email from the complainant, and I will respond back by email to them.
So when they come through the website, a lot of them are anonymous. And so when those are anonymous complaints, there's no way to follow up with them. If she goes out and there's actually no violation, sometimes there is no way to get back with them and let them know there was no violation there.
I'm fine with those that do it anonymously, but I have heard from residents in the past that, hey, I've never heard back from the city on what they're doing about this case. And that's why I want to make sure that if we do have a way to contact them, we let them know that we are following up.
Yes, and they're more than happy to email me. I will respond back to all emails. Okay, thank you.
I just want to mention that Angie has really hit the ground running with this, and certainly has gone out in the field and started to learn what to look for in the violations. I think these numbers speak for themselves, and going out and really finding, particularly the high grass cases that we see this time of year. What I'd like to do is, I think maybe it would benefit all of us, maybe at the July meeting, to just have an agenda item, just talk about code enforcement generally. I think it's been a while since council's really been able to talk with each other about code enforcement. We can revisit what the codes say, talk about our processes and procedures, and just kind of look at how we handle code enforcement on a day-to-day basis, I think it might be a good opportunity for us just to touch base and talk about it. It's been a while, so just wanted to put that on y'all's radar. I think we might want to put that on for maybe the July agenda.
Thank you so much, Nick, and thank you, Angie. We are thrilled to have you. I am going to be giving the fire department monthly report for April. In April, we had 45 total calls. 24 of those calls were for medical assist EMS. And that is my report on the fire department. Next is the city administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to start off by reminding everyone that on June 7th, we have our annual kickoff to summer event over at McGrath Park. It'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. We will have free hot dogs and hamburgers. Now's the opportunity for me to ask any and all available council members and any and all available new mayors to come help cook hot dogs and burgers if you can on that June 7th event. There will also be live music, and of course the community pool will be used and hopping as well. So we're looking forward to that event. Is there anything else, Ms. Colleen, that Parks Department I know is going to make us proud once again? Chief mentioned in his report that both our finance director, Anna Maria, as well as Chief Ashton went to the disaster accounting training down on Galveston Island. Those events are dense, for lack of a better term. FEMA's policies and FEMA standards evolve over time. I think we all know that. And so it's an opportunity for cities and other entities to learn about FEMA requirements to make sure that we're best situated to get reimbursed in the event of a disaster event. Some of the things that Anna Marie and I talked about as takeaways when she came back is certainly the importance of documentation, as well as making sure we have written policies in place that we can rely on to show FEMA how we're progressing. So one of the things we want to continue to look at and bring to council when we're ready is a written procurement policy, both for purchasing and during normal conditions as well as during emergency conditions. Those are very important. Anna Maria is going to be key in helping us with that. The other thing we want to always look at is, and it's something that was emphasized, is the importance of pay policies for cities, both with standard and emergency pay. And we want to, we have a policy, we have a good pay policy, but we just want to make sure that we are using the same wording that FEMA, what's the right word? Well, I was going to say that, yeah, that they mandate to make sure that we accommodate their guidelines. So, for example, right now, it talks about in an emergency situation those staff that are on active duty and those that have downtime. We'd like to actually tweak the word downtime to be standby time. Why is that important? Well, because that's the word that FEMA prefers. Seems a little bit silly, but from our perspective, it's extremely important to make sure that we set ourselves up for reimbursement. So those kinds of things are what we need to adjust in our existing policy. We're actually going to bring that very small change back to you quickly. In other words, we're going to do that at next month's meeting because hurricane season starts on June 1st. So we want to make sure we have the best policies we can in place for hurricane season. But separate from that, speaking of the personnel policy and as a whole, you know, the city has had a good new personnel policy for about 2 years now, and it covers the waterfront of any and all personnel-related issues, be it holiday, vacation, paid time off, those kinds of things. But anytime you introduce those policies out in the wild and start implementing them, you always find areas to tweak and improve. And so I think we're there, and we want to look once again at improving and tweaking the personnel policy we have. And so in the next several months, staff is going to be working to bring you some changes to that personnel policy that we think are important, and just workshop that with council. Personnel policies are living documents. I remember a number of years ago, who would have thought that we'd had to create a new section about vaping, right? So as things occur, you need to try and keep up with it. So we want to bring some new ideas, some new thoughts back to council on that, and so we'll be doing that in the next several months. And Mayor,
Before you leave that, make sure that we provide the personnel training on what standby means.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of restrictions that go with it. Can't have a beer with dinner if you're on standby.
No, and in the event of a hurricane situation, we will be all in close quarters, and I guarantee nobody's going to be having beers in the Emergency Operations Center unless our incident commander lets us, and I don't think he will, unfortunately. Any of us who've been through a hurricane situation in the EOC, you get to know your coworkers a little better when you do that, and get to understand the importance of a nice warm bed. Mayor, with that, that concludes my report for tonight.
Thank you so much. Council, does anybody have questions or comments for Nick? Nope. Okay, we are moving on to agenda item letter C, and that is mayor and council comments, and we're going to start with Rick Stagley about the bike bridge.
Our consultant has been making himself a little bit of a pest with Centerpoint, trying to get them to respond. I've had to tell him to back up during this current event because they obviously have other needs that they are attending to, and we don't want to make them mad. So, unfortunately, with everything that happened in Houston over the past 2 weeks, it's probably going to delay our response. So,
thank you, Rick. Are there any other council members with comments this evening? Nope. All right, we're going to move on to our regular agenda. Item number 1 on our regular agenda is discussion and consideration of ordinance number 2024-25, electing a mayor pro tem. Do we have any nominations for mayor pro tem?
Yeah, who's?
I think I'm next.
Yeah, I think Rick's next.
I will nominate Rick.
Same.
And so for the council, what we've decided several years ago is we're just going to rotate this every year. So it goes from Alderman 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 and just keeps going around the circle.
Okay, so was that a motion and a second? Is there any discussion? I have a motion and a second. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item number 2, discussion and consideration of resolution number 2024-17, removing Charles Jessup and designating a new check signer for the city accounts at Independent Bank and designating primary check signers effective immediately upon passage of this ordinance.
I'll make that motion.
A second.
Is there any discussion? I have a motion and a second. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 3, discussion and consideration of resolution number 2024-18, designating Audrey St. Germain mayor, David and, is it Habe or Habby?
It's
Habe.
Nick.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Nick!
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. That's
He
David.
tried to trick you.
Okay, on my other note, I crossed out David and I wrote Nick, but on this one I didn't. Nick.
It's Habe.
David Habe. David N. Habe, City Administrator. Courtney Rutherford, City Secretary, as authorized representatives, and Finance Director Anna Maria Weston as an inquiry representative for City's Tex Pool Investment Account. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Is there any discussion? I have a motion and a second. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, agenda item number 4. Discussion, no, yes, number 4. Discussion and consideration of resolution number 2024-19, designating Audrey St. Germain mayor, David N. Habe, City's Administrator, and Anna Maria Weston, Finance Director, as authorized users to access and move money via City's Lone Star account, and removing Charles Jessup, Mayor, and Courtney Rutherford, City Secretary.
Second.
Is there any discussion? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right. Agenda item number 5, discussion and consideration of resolution number 2024-20, authorizing the mayor to execute a contract amendment with I3 Verticals AVR adding NCOA data verification service to statement processing suite. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Can we get a little bit background information?
We need, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, Courtney and I were distracted on another item.
The AVR.
Yes.
So this item is, we have a lot of water bill, utility bills that come back returned, unable to forward. This is a new software that our utility billing software will do, where they will verify the addresses and update them. And then, so it'll update in the system so we quit getting return mail. And it's 25 cents every time they find a forwarding address and revise the address.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a motion and a second. Is that correct for that one?
Yes.
Okay.
I moved.
Rick moved, and I think it was David. Who was the second?
It was you.
Was it
too,
me?
it was the second. And we just had discussion. I have a motion and a second. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Oh, okay. What do I?
Skip that one.
So we need to go back to item 2 and revise the motion to remove Charles Jessup and add
Audrey
our
St.
new
Germain.
mayor, Audrey St. Germain, as a check signer.
Do you want me to read the
Who
whole
made
thing
the
over?
motion?
I can't remember who moved and seconded.
Yeah.
I think I
It
moved.
was David made the motion and Tia seconded.
Okay.
Fine, so I'll make that amendment.
Okay,
We authorize that change,
okay, thank you.
remove to make the motion.
Okay,
I second the amended motion.
perfect, and then we'll just take a vote.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. And we're on number 6 now, right? Okay. We are on regular agenda item number 6, discussion and consideration of resolution 2024-21, authorizing the mayor to execute lease agreement number L137427 with Centerpoint Energy LLC for a parking area on the 0.46 acre parcel of land outside of a 24.75 acre tract or parcel of land situated in the H.J. DeWitt Survey, Abstract 162, Fort Bend County, Texas. Nick, did you want to share more about this one? Or Rick?
Well, we're not going to give up our parking lot for the pool or the park, so I'm going to make a motion to approve.
This is actually
Oh,
for the parking lot on West Airport
the
that
one
we're
that's gonna
planning to
Oh,
build.
this is the new one?
The new one.
Okay. Okay, so this is the new one that will be built with the trail.
Correct.
Obviously, we want that because it'll provide parking for the Emergency Operations Center, as well as provide some overflow parking for park events.
And this is the, I think, second year that we've had this lease. Is that correct?
We've had it for 5.
This is the 5th year, Mayor.
We had it for 5 years, and it's up for renewal.
Oh, that's right.
It
Because
was it was originally 2019
that's
we
right,
had
'cause
did
that's
it.
when we started the.
Yeah, it is going from $600 a year to $1,600.
Do I have a motion? That's right. Rick made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Tia. Okay, is there any discussion? Great. I have a motion and a second. All of those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. That brings us to our last regular agenda item, number 7, discussion and consideration regarding dates for 2024-2025 budget workshops. And there's no date, there's no vote on this one.
Staff is proposing June 19th due to schedules of council and staff. If that works for everybody, if not, we can look at another date. June 19th. Yes.
So that would be,
Yeah, I was going to say, that's actually a county holiday. I could do any time that day.
is that 5:30?
It's not a city holiday.
Time of that would be evening?
Okay.
Yes, it would be in the evening. Unless council wants to meet during the day, staff will be here during the day.
Yes, we will, Gordon. You've made that clear. Not that she has any opinions about that.
It was just brought to my attention down here that is a holiday.
Yeah, staff had a heck of a time trying to get together. I mean, we need to get together before this as a staff, and we're having a heck of a time this year getting all of us together for our own meeting to prepare for this meeting. This first meeting traditionally is that introductory budget meeting where we kind of set the stage for you, show you some actuals, show you a snapshot of where we are. It's also the meeting where we try and get a little bit of feedback from council as to what you want to do fiscal year 25 in terms of tax rate, in terms of expenditures, et cetera. So that's kind of what this 19th meeting would be about.
And while I would be open to a day meeting, I think the citizens would be upset that they can't attend. So I think we're going to have to stay with an evening meeting.
We can do 6 p.m. if that works for everybody.
Yep, 6.
And the 19th works for everyone?
Yep.
Yes.
Wednesday the 19th. We still have council on the 25th. Is that our regular scheduled meeting?
Yes.
Keeping
We'll
that
still
okay?
have our regular meeting June 25th.
Right.
Are we just scheduling the one meeting for now, or do we have any follow-ups?
I was thinking we could do the follow-ups at this meeting.
Okay.
The EOC? Is it the EOC?
As in years past, we want to prepare for the possibility that we'll adopt the budget in August on that aggressive schedule that we always talk about. So that's why we want to kick this off as early as we can.
And then it'll be at the EOC, so we can use the
Yes,
screen
that's what
and
Chief
everything?
just was saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we are at consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. We approve the consent agenda.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Kurt. I don't need a vote on this one, right? Oh, yes, we do. Oh, do I have, okay, great. I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay. Okay, so no discussion. I was missing something.
We still need a vote.
No discussion, yes vote. Okay, I'm going to make a note of that. All right, I have a motion and a second. All of those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, we are at audience comments for matters not on the agenda. Do I have anybody signed up to speak this evening?
It's not new.
Terry Henley, 12203 Alston Drive. Good job. Was quick, to the point. I like smoother meetings like this. They run real efficiently. My comment has to do with inspections and Angie. I appreciate what you're doing. You did what you were instructed to do and keep doing it. Don't change. We want a good quality city here, and it takes somebody like you to get us there. But we had an incident at my house last week that we got the job was shut down. I was getting some piers adjusted with Atlas Foundation. I've got 50-something piers on my house, and it's quite an ordeal when you get all those piers and then you got to have them adjusted. But Angie saw some work being done, and she said we got to have a permit, which she was instructed to do, and something not right. I'm just getting a couple of piers adjusted. And so I got on the phone, and of course she went back to the city hall, and Atlas got all bent out of shape. What? You got to have a permit just to adjust a couple of piers? I mean, we finally got it worked out, and per Nick, and the building inspector said, no, we really don't have to inspect piers once they're adjusted, so that was all put to bed. But it was a real issue, and created another hour or two of time on the part of Atlas Foundation to get the work done. And so there's something concerning, I guess, all of the permitting. And over the years, I know what's the intent of permitting? To make sure we got good, safe jobs that are performed, that are done correctly. And I've learned over the years, and 50 years, and associated with TI and GE, these little-known companies, that you do not inspect quality into a product or service. You build it into it. You build it with good, certified, good contractors, good individuals who know what they're doing. And if they do, and they're registered with the cities, and we're confident of the work they're going to do, why go to all the permitting and inspection? It's not necessary. And I guess that's the point of contention, that we need to look at that. An example, and I'll talk with Kurt about it. I had to upgrade my electrical service at my house from 100 amps to 200 amps. It cost me more in inspection fees and permits than the hardware cost me. And that's not right. Any questions?
Thank you so much for coming and chatting with us tonight, Mr. Henley.
Yeah, thanks.
That we are looking at things with fresh eyes. Good. So permits is something that has been up for discussion in meetings I've been in already, and it's something we're going to continue to look at.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Are there any other audience comments this evening? And I forgot to mention, Mr. Henley, you did it exactly right. I have my timer set for 3 minutes, and I'm just going to let it ding when you get there. All right?
Silverio Pablo Romano, 11923 Bloomington Lane. I have a concern for you to consider, which is part of and the topic has been talked today, is regarding the anonymous complaint that some people can put on the websites regarding the city, the houses, or whatever happened in the houses. If we are going to have a system where the neighbors can complain against another neighbor, it should be fairness and impartiality. And we need to know who is the person who made that complaint. Because it's not anybody can accuse anybody. I can go into that website right now and write down 100 addresses that are really in violation. And that's not really fair, because it's not fair also for the person who is doing the job. She needs to go and investigate like a police instead of just doing the right job, which is checking that the city is working properly, that the people is doing what it's supposed to be doing. But one thing is the administration, the city, the official, the people who are supposed to be taking the responsibility to go and evaluate what's happened, and another is that they go because somebody said something. It's like I call the police and said my house neighbor is doing something. I don't say who I am. The police go and find that nothing happened. But it's the stress and the violation that is coming from being observed for somebody that you don't know who is. And I saw this for at least 4 opportunities with neighbors around the city. I see a pattern, and I really not like it, and I'm really very concerned. So I would like for you to start evaluating that anonymous tips are not for a democratic environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing that to us this evening. I, in my time over the last several months talking to lots and lots of residents, this is something that has come up with some regularity, and I do think it's something worth discussing. So thank you. Appreciate that. Are there any other audience comments this evening?
Emily Merkley, 11702 Scottsdale Drive. I like to, it's a small town, so this is a small town problem. I put about 100 books in the little free library like 3 days ago, and I walked by today, and it was completely empty. And I was shocked. I'm like, how did so many books disappear? And then I told a friend, and she said there was a lady there with a tote loading them up. So I guess they're getting, like, people relist them online. I don't know how to stop that from happening, but I thought that was sad that they're taking them somewhere else. So add that to your mental list. I don't know if there's a way, like I saw a video about blacking out barcodes, but I just want to keep the books here. Anyway, that's my issue for today. do something about it.
Thank you, Emily. I'm writing it down. Do we have any other audience comments this evening? All right, we are going to recess regular session. We have some personnel matters to handle in executive session, and
we have no idea when we'll be back, so you do not have to stick around if you do not want to.
yes. All right, we're moving on to agenda item J, or I. We are reconvening. We have no actionable steps here, and so I move that we adjourn. All right, good evening.